Hi, welcome back to Business in View. I'm Denise and I'm excited. This is the last in the series, Differentiating Factor. We talked about that over the last 2 weeks and we were looking at what differentiates us from the others. Knowing that we have been on a road that we've never been before, it's foreign, it's new, we don't know the bumps, we don't know the humps. But what will differentiate us post-COVID? What can we do in order to cause our business to survive the storm? How do we retool? How do we reinvent ourselves? How do we relearn? And it's all a process because we have to retool, we have to relearn, we have to rethink, we have to look at our old manuals and say, well, okay, that worked then. What will work now? And so I'm here to talk about the differentiating factor. What differentiates you? We started last week and we talked about how we're supposed to condition our minds and how we're working on being skillful. But this week we're going to talk about, well, we did talk about being diligent last week, I'm sorry. We talked about being diligent, but this week we're going to talk about how to be adept. And adept means skillful, being good at what you do. And those people, in Proverbs 22, I'm referring to the manual that works. Remember, I'm telling you that during the series. And in Proverbs 22 and verse 29, it talks about a man being adept, a man being skillful. It makes room for him and brings him before great men. And so if you already have an ability and some skill that you have, hone that skill, learn how to improve on that skill, and that will differentiate you from others. And if you are doing what everybody else is doing, but you do it with a twist, you do it with something different, that it factor, then you differentiate yourself. If you take these books that I've been telling you that you need to read, because you'll be the same person today as you were yesterday, except for the books you read and the people you meet. So what you're putting in your mind, what you're causing to come out of your thought process, what is coming out of your lips will determine whether you're differentiated. Differentiate yourself in this time. When everybody is talking about, I don't know what's going to happen, I don't know if I'm going to survive this economic dearth, I don't know if my business will survive, I do not know. There are lots of I do not knows. But the one thing I want to tell you today, we do know that once you are adept, once you are skilled at what you do, and you continue to work on that, that differentiates you. You have your motto. You know what it is that you do. You know, in America during the Civil War, when they were more thinking about the religious things because there were difficulty, they talked about their motto, and they came up with the motto. Actually, it was Eisenhower back in 1956, the 30th of July to be exact. He came up with a motto for the USA which says, in God we trust. And if you understand that concept, that there's a power greater than you, so to truly differentiate yourself, your motto should be, whatever you determine that is, but position it on the fact that you don't have all the answers. We need each other. We need to continue in this community to communicate, to converse, and to connect so that we become creative. So your motto shall be, whatever that is, that whatever that it factor you have, knowing that you can position yourself, retool yourself to get through this storm and know that you can do it. And once you go in there, you delve in deep and become adept. We look at being adapting to the situation on a program before, but we're talking about being adept now, being skillful. So I want to cause you today to understand that you can differentiate yourself. That differentiating factor is how adept are you? What are you doing in this downtime? Are you reading? Are you learning? Are you doing the webinars and the seminars? Are you opening yourself to more knowledge so that you're ready to hit the road when after the place opens up fully, and know that we can survive this. So thanks for viewing. I really appreciate you being here and spending this time with me and knowing that we can differentiate ourselves, and the most differentiating factor is to get your mind right and peg it on the things that will help you to ride out this storm. Stay positive, stay safe. Shalom. Share the video.